What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles' YouTube channel. Today is Rogue Tuesday, and today we are looking at a Latios Miltank Greninja deck. Now, during Sunday, if you watched the City Championship videos, there was a guy named Michael who actually played this deck, and it's a top 8 match, and he played against a Golurk deck. Now, during the video, I actually make a misplayed, I mean, a communication. I say that that Michael can easily win the Golurk matchup because you can Water Shuriken onto a Golurk, but I forgot that Golurk had Theta Stop, and I apologize for that. If you rewatch the video, I'll leave the link down below. I say, oh, you just Water Shuriken and Power Friends for the knockout, but Golurk has a trait called Theta Stop, which makes it where it's not affected by Pokemon's abilities, and I apologize for that, and you'll understand why in a second that's such a big deal. But let's go over the deck, and this is Michael's exact list that he used to make top 4 of the Madison Cities. Yeah, the Madison City Championship. He did lose in top 4 to Randall playing the Lucario Bats deck. I mean, it's just a really bad matchup. Lucario can one-shot the Miltank, and they can super scoop up to pick up their hurt Lucarios via Latios, so it's not a good matchup. But still, top 4 out of cities with this Rogue deck is great. So let's see his deck, and let's see what it's about. So you have 2 main attackers. The first one's going to be Latios, and the reason why Michael went with Latios is because the day before, Night March was everywhere. Night March and Bats were everywhere, and Latios has an attack Fast Raid. It does 40 damage. If you go first, you can use this attack on your first turn. So, if you slap a Muscle Band on it to 20 more damage, you can knock out a bunch of basic Pokemon that are in the game right now. You got Pumpkaboo, you got Joltik, you got Feebas, you got Unknown, Pikachu, Zubats, Spinarak. There's so, it goes on and on. And Faster Raid can knock out those Pokemon. And even if they have 90 HP, you can knock those out as well in the first turn. I'll go over that in a second how that works out. So your main attacker, or one of your main attackers, is going to be Latios EX with Fast Raid. Your second attacker is going to be Miltank, and this is kind of your real attacker. It has an attack called Powerful Friends. It does 10 damage, but if you have a Stage 2 Pokemon to play, this attack does 70 more, so 80 damage total if you have a Stage 2 Pokemon, a 70 stage Pokemon. A Stage 2 Pokemon, you do 80 damage. And then with the Muscle Man, you do 100 total. And then with the Water Shuriken, you can do 130, which can knock out Shaman EXs, which is great. Plays 3 Shaman to help set up draw. You have 6 cards in your hand. And 3 Unknown to Feral Letter to discard it and draw a card out of your deck. Now, you've heard me say multiple times Greninja. You've heard me say Water Shuriken. You see that Miltank, you have to have a Stage 2 Pokemon. So your Stage 2 Pokemon is going to be this Greninja. Alright, so Greninja has the attack Water Shuriken. It says, once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a water energy from your hand. If you do, put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And this is anywhere on the field. And this is great. You can, manipulate damage. Like I said, you could do 90 turn 1 with Latios if you get the turn 1 Archies with the water energy. You can use Powerful Friends basically for 130 if you use a water energy. And it can help you take out, those Feebasses on the bench. Like, let's say you're playing against a Night March Milotic. You can use Water Shuriken to knock out the Feebas before it even evolves to the Milotic, which is why Greninja is such a great card. It has the attack of Miss Slash 50. It's not affected by weakness or resistance or any of the effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. And that's all the Pokemon in here. Of course, you can arch out Greninja. You can use Water Shuriken, do 30 anywhere. And you can have up to 3. And you can do 90 damage total in 1 turn. That is going a little bit far out there, but if you can work, there you go. Deck plays for Acrobike. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Pick 1, discard the other. 4 Battle Compressor, discard 3 cards out of your deck. 1 Energy Retrieval, put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. This can be used to get back your Psychic energies, your Water energies. And you can also do a play where you have like a Battle Compressor and an Energy Retrieval. You can Battle Compressor, discard some energies, and then Energy Retrieval to get back those energies if you need them to attach for your turn. 2 Maintenance, put 2 cards from your hand into your deck, and then draw a card. 1 Professor to search for 2 basic energies. 1 Super Rod to give back 3 any combination of Pokemon and basic energies. 4 Trainer's Mail, look at top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a trainer card you find in there and put it into your hand. 4 Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards from your hand, get a Pokemon in your deck. For VS Secret to reuse a supporter card, and just like the yesterday's video with the Empoleon, we have the Archie's Ace in the Hole. You can play this card. You'll only play this card when it's the last card in your hand, but you put a water Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench and draw 5 cards. One Fisherman to put 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. Now this is going to be used to get back your water energies, maybe your psychic energies, and you can first secret for Fisherman to get back your energies to help use Greninja's ability. One Giovanni Scheme to do either draw up to 5 cards in your hand or do 20 more damage. One Judge, each player shuffles their hand into a deck and draw 4 cards. One Lysander, 3 Sycamore. Now Michael actually played a Faded Town, but online right now Faded Town is banned for some reason, so we're playing Skyfield instead, just in place of it. 2 Floatstone to give Pokemon free retreat. 2 Muscle Band to do plus 20 more damage. 2 Psychic, and 5 Water Energies. Now, that's the deck. It is a pretty crazy deck, but we'll see how it works. And if you have any questions about it, leave those down below in the comments. I hope you have a great day, and let's see this deck in action. Alright, we're putting against Scotto. I guess Scotto with 3 T's, playing a Water, Lightning, Fire or something else. So call heads like always. Won the coin flip. There we go. Let's see what happens. To Finnegan's on our side, we'd like to go first, of course, and let's see what happens. Alrighty. Well, turn 1 we do have the Archies, which is great. We can get the Greninja out turn 1. We'll put down the Unknown. They're selecting their Pokemon, and they have a Spinnerack. Alright. We are going to, first off, Battle Compressor. And with the Battle Compressor, we will discard. Well, we actually can't. Yeah, we can actually knock out the Spinnerack. So we're going to discard a Greninja. Let's see, another Greninja. Come on down, second Greninja. Let you be in here. There's another Greninja. And I kind of want to discard a Psychic Energy. Is there 2 in here? There's 2 in here. As a Professor Letter here. Okay, Professor Letter's in here as well. We'll just discard another Greninja. Yeah, we'll just discard 3 Greninjas. We will then Trainer's Mail. Let's see what we can get. We will grab let's grab the Acrobike. Alright. We probably shouldn't have grabbed the Acrobike. We'll play it anyway, and let's see what we get. We'll grab the Psychic Energy. Oh man, we're a step closer to getting the Donk. We will then Ultra Ball, discard the Judge and Sycamore. We will get out a Latios. Okay. Put down the Latios. We're looking for a Muscle Band and or a Floatstone. Put down the Psychic Energy. Play the Trainer's Mail. Let's see what we get. There's a Floatstone. Alright, all we need now is a Water Energy and or a Muscle Band. We'll Floatstone the active Archies. Get out the good old Greninja. Let's see what happens. And we get the Muscle Band as well as the Energy Retrieval if we want to. We'll Trainer's Mail. Let's see what we can get. We'll grab the Battle Compressor, and what we can do is we can Battle Compressor away some Water Energy. So 1, we'll just do the 1 Energy. We'll then Energy Retrieval for the Water Energy. We'll even show off Water Shuriken. Alright, so we will Water Shuriken, hit the water onto the Spinnerack, doing 30 damage. And then we can Muscle Band, and we can use Fast Raid for the Donk. I know we had it regardless with the Muscle Band, but there we go. We did 90 damage turn 1 with the Latios Greninja deck. And there you go. That's how crazy of a deck it is, and it does work a lot. But we'll show one more game with the deck here in a second, and hopefully it's not a Donk, even though that the deck is built to Donk Pokemon. You're built to Donk, you know, Joltigs, Pumpkaboos, Pikachu, Zubats, all the unknowns, any Pokemon, you can donk it with this deck. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. Alright, putting against Maribu, I'm not sure I say that name. Playing like a Grass, Lightning, Psychic, and something else, and we lost the coin flip. Alright, let's see what happens here. We're actually going first. Alright, so we'll see what happens. Maybe we get a donk. We get the Latios. Oh man, we have a really good turn 1. If they start with a Pokemon with 40 HP or less, maybe 60, we started a Muscle Band, and there's a Pokemon. We'll press done, and let's see what are they playing. Oh, they have 2 Pokemon, so we can't donk this turn regardless. We just gotta hope we top deck something good. There's a Joltik and a Combee. Alright, so what we can do is we can Professor Letter, Get out a Psychic and a Water. We'll just grab one Psychic. That seems fine. Put down Miltank. Play an Unknown. Put a Psychic Energy. We'll Feral Letter. Drawing a card. Let's see what we can get. A Shebe. So we can Shaman draw 2. Yes. 1, 2. Oh no, this is 2 bad cards to draw into. We'll Super Rod. Getting back into Unknown. I know it's pretty early, but we need to draw more cards. 3. We'll draw to have 5 cards. Come on, give us a good card. A Miltank. We'll put that guy down, and we will Fast Raid. And we actually knock out the Joltik turn 1, which is great. I'll take that any day. Going down to 5 prize cards. We see an Acrobike. And here comes a good old Combi. Alright, on to our opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. See a Battle Compressor. This will probably discard 3 Lampets. This looks like it's going to be a Vespa Queen Night March deck, which is a combination of, Night March, and you have Vespa Queen as a backup attacker. You could play like a 2-2 line, maybe a 3-3 line. So I imagine this Battle Compressor would just discard 3 Lampets to start powering up some Night Marches, power up Vespa Queen, and there's, a Pumpkaboo being discarded. Looks like a Teammates, what was the other card? Teammates, Lampets, and a Pumpkaboo. They ever see an Ultra Ball, discarding an Ultra Ball and a Pumpkaboo. This will probably get out of Shaman. We see a Verse Seeker for Teammates. Oh man, my opponent's having a good turn 1 right now. Teammates going to allow him to get 2 cards out of their deck. Here we see a Shaman. Drawing up to 6. The big question is, do they play Force of Giants Plants? If they have the Force of Giants Plants, they could get out Vespa Queen turn 1 and start attacking that way. Be kind of scary. We just got to hope we top deck something good next turn. Anything is possible. And let's see what this Teammates gets out. Maribou. Not sure how to say that name. Just kind of sad we whiffed the turn with Greninja. And I mean, our hand is... It's okay. It's weird. That's all I can say. It's a weird hand for sure. And Teammates lets you get 2 cards out of your deck once a Pokemon was knocked out during your last turn. And they receive Battle Compressor. This will probably discard some more Lampets. They only discarded 1. And usually you want to discard all 4. They receive a Joltik and 2 Lampets. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Joltik and 2 Lampets. Big question of the day. Do they play Force of Giants Plants or not? If not, we can take 2 prize cards before they can even take a knockout and EX. And on to our turn. Alright, so that's not good for my opponent. We'll play the Acrobike. We'll get the Ultra Ball. It doesn't really matter. Like, we can't... I mean, we could Ultra Ball for an Unknown and see what happens. We'll Ultra Ball, discard a Greninja and a Sycamore. Getting an Unknown. I'm not even sure. Like, there's no way we can get anything with this Unknown. I don't think we can. So Unknown, Feral Letter, drawing a card. Not really sure what I'm digging for. There's another Latios. We could put that down. Put down a Water Energy, and we'll Verse Seeker. Playing Sycamore, sure, that's fine. We do have to discard a Verse Seeker, but that might be okay. So Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, and once again, we're in a bad situation for next turn. We could just Fast Raid, though, knocking out this Combi. But next turn, I think we might be able to get out an Archie's next turn. We see an Acrobike. It's going to come down to this Acrobike and Trainer's Medal top decks for sure. But we had to discard another Verse Seeker. We'll be down all of our Verse Seekers. So we'll be down 4 Verse Seekers by turn number 3, which is never good. But sometimes, the stuff does come together. It does happen to Pokemon, but maybe we'll be able to make it out alive. But next turn we can knock out the Shaman if we do get the Archies out. They receive a Verse Seeker. This will grab a Teammates. Okay. And we'll see Teammates going to get 2 cards out of their deck. I'm not sure what they'll get. We won't be able to find out. It's a mystery. My opponent will be the only one who knows. Just trying to figure out. Yeah, I mean, we're going to Ultra Ball, discard Verse Seeker and Water. Attach a Water. Play Acrobike. Play Trainer's Maul. Hopefully there's stuff we can just get rid of. Maybe the top deck's a card we can get rid of. And then we can get Archies out and maybe hit that Energy Retrieval. Do some 30 damage to Shebe, and then use a Powerful Friends for 80. Knocking out Shebe. Oh man, we'll have to see. But right now, my opponent is debating on what these 2 cards from Teammates will be. It is 4 to 6 on prize cards, and if they do knock us out, somehow maybe get a Night Marches out, they will go down to 4. But for then on, we'll probably just be attacking with Miltanks, but we're still a threat. We're still in trouble of Lysander. So there's 2 cards coming out from teammates. And let's see what happens. They receive Trainer's Mail. I doubt they grabbed that card. Like, there's no way you would teammates for a Trainer's Mail to look for a trainer card when you already have a trainer card in your hand. If that makes any, if like you can search for any trainer card, if that makes any sense. So we see an Ultra Ball coming from the Trainer's Mail, and they'll need some kind of attacker. And they receive an Ultra Ball, discarding a Lysander and a Vespa Queen. All right. Alright, and let's see what my opponent gets. Probably some kind of Night Marcher or Joltik. Probably not Joltik. Joltik is always, like, it could be Water Shuriken for a knockout, because it only has 30 HP, and Water Shuriken does 30, so I'd be very scared to get a Feebas. And that's the same rule. We can just, you know, Water Shuriken and Feebas for a knockout, so that's not good for my opponent. We see a DC going down to Shaman, and will we see a Sky Return? Flowstone going down to Feebas. A Shaman drawn up to 4. Okay. And, alright. And they receive a Sky Return. They will send up this Shaman EX for sure. I doubt he'll send up the Feebas. And on to our turn, let's see what happens. Alright, so we can play down the Skyfield. We will... Let's Trainer's Mail. Let's see if we can get off Trainer's Mail. We'll grab Maintenance. That's actually pretty useful. So we'll Maintenance in a Trainer's Mail and a Water Energy. And let's see what we get off it. A Sycamore, so we can Ultra Ball, discard Sycamore and VS Seeker. We'll grab an Unknown. Alright. We'll put down Skyfield. We'll play Battle Compressor. We make sure we have Archies in the discard pile. I don't think we've used the Battle Compressor yet. So, yeah, we haven't discarded Archies yet. So discard Archies, a Greninja, and a Greninja. So we discard those 3s. Put down an Unknown. We'll play a Water Energy on Miltank, and we will Verse Seeker for a Greninja. Alright, it took us a little while, but we got it out, and we can potentially knock out this Feebas if we draw into a Water Energy with this Archie's Ace in the hole. Come on down, Archies, give us something good, buddy. Give us Greninja. Alright, and let's see what happens. We'll get 5 cards. We can Trainer's Mail, discard some more cards out of our deck. There is 3 Water Energies in there. So we discard Battle Compressor, and I think there's another Battle Compressor. There's not. Okay, so we discard just those 2? Yeah, that seems fine. We'll play Acrobike, and let's see, do we get a Water Energy or not? We can grab the Trainer's Mail. We'll play the Trainer's Mail. Let's see if we can get off the Trainer's Mail. We get an Energy Retrieval. The big question is, do we have a Water Energy in the discard pile? We don't. Alright, so we will Unknown, Farewell Letter. Come on, Unknown, I believe in you, buddy. And Trainer's Mail? Oh, no, we've already discarded all of our Water Energies. Oh, no, there's all of our Water Energies. Okay, we will press Done, not get anything, and we'll put a Flowstone on this guy, and we'll just Fast Raid for 40. We whiffed it. But next turn, we can start attacking with Miltank, doing 100 damage, and we could knock out some Shaybays that way. I just can't believe we whiffed the Water Energy. Maybe if we had discarded one with Battle Compressor, I mean, maybe the Energy Retrieval could have helped us. Here we see my Loaded coming down. Going to search for any card in their deck, or any card in their discard pile goes into their hand. And let's see what card that is. Could be a Pokemon, could be a energy. I don't think they've discarded any energies. We'll have to find out here in a second, for sure. Alright, but we are 4-6 on prize cards. We know they have a DC in hand. The question is, do they have another Floatstone? Alright, because if they have another Floatstone, they can Floatstone Shaman, retreat, and knock us out. The big problem is we're down all 4 VS Seekers, and we don't have another Lysander in the deck. So we will, whatever gets promoted in the action spot, we will just have to knock it out that way, for sure, which is very scary. But maybe we'll be able to make it, and get him, Cammy! Oh, never mind, Cammy didn't get him. Okay, so we see an Ultra Ball going into their hand. Fairly interesting for sure. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Psychic and a Psychic, and let's see what they decide to get out. I imagine maybe a Night Marcher. I mean, why wouldn't you get out a Night Marcher? There's a Pumpkaboo. There we go. There's a Night Marcher. Alright, so we're good. There's a Night March coming down. Alright, so Pumpkaboo. They have the DC and the Dimension Valley. Alright. So they can use Night March this turn. Going to knock us out. See a DC going on Pumpkaboo. See a Shaman drawn up to 3. And they're going to need a switch and or a Floatstone. If they don't get that, we can knock out the Shaman. It has 70 HP left. We can use Fast Raid with a Water Shuriken, do 30. We see a Battle Compressor discarding 3 Night Marchers. We see a Sycamore. They're digging for that Flowstone, and they discard another DCE as well. Alright, so 2 DCs come down, a town map as well. Alright, so we see they play AZ and Revive. They will see another, another Feebas comes down, which is great, because we can knock that down. A Combi comes down as well. Alright, we see Battle Compressor going to discard 3 cards out of their deck. They only have 9 cards left in their deck. They are thinning their deck out pretty quickly, but that's what you do in this Night March deck. Now, next turn, we have a weird situation because we can Water Shuriken, knock out this Shaman, or we can go after Feebas. And I think the correct answer is going after Feebas if we get the Water Energy off this Judge. Come on, Judge, don't let us down. 4 cards. Alright, so there's a Water Energy, so cool, we're good to go. We can use the Greninja, Water Shuriken onto this Feebas, taking a knockout. And that way they can't use Mind Loaded to get back a DCE. So we'll knock out the Feebas, going down to 3 price cards. There's another Miltank. And we'll just Fast Raid for 40. We could put down the Muscle Band to do 60, but regardless, if we get a Water Energy, we can knock out Shaman EX with Greninja. And we can do that because we do have Fisherman. So next turn, we do have the potential to win. We can, do 30 damage with the Water Shuriken if they promote a Pumpkaboo or Combi. Or we can just retreat and knock them out with we can knock out my load. No, we can't knock out either one. The max Miltank can do is 100 damage, so never mind. We'll see what happens. They are down 2 DCEs, if I remember correctly. There's 1, there's 2 on this Pumpkaboo. And let's see what my opponent decides to do. Go away, Wi-Fi icon. I know our internet's not the greatest, but we can make it. Alright. So let's see what Mary Boo does here. They only have 4 cards left in the deck as well, but we know there's 2 DCEs in there. There's a DC going to Shebe. And will they retreat it and knock us out Pumpkaboo, or will they go for a different route is the big question. Let's see. If they do decide to retreat and attack with Pumpkaboo, that'd actually be a misplay. And oh no, that's what they're going to do. And now they're going to be in trouble. Oh no, because now we can Fisherman. Oh, they should have just Sky Return. That'd be the better option. I mean, they're going to grab the AZ out of the prize card for sure. Yeah, there's an AZ. But we'll send Miltank. And what we can do is we can put the Muscle Band on the active. We can use Energy Retrieval, get back a Water Energy, or get back these 2. We can Water Shuriken this Shaman EX, doing 30 damage to it, taking a knockout. And we can Power Friends for the knockout, taking 3 prize cards in 1 turn. So there's 2 prize cards taken. And we can Powerful Friends for the knockout. And there you go. Miltank, Greninja, Latios taking another win against the Night March Mind Loaded Feebas deck. There we go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something new about the Miltank, Latios, Greninja deck. And you can see how powerful it is. If your area is filled with Pokemon who are all like low HP, they take knockouts on EX Pokemon, this is a deck for you. And even if they are EX Pokemon, you can beat them as well. I saw Michael take down many decks. He did make it to the top 4 of this city championship with the deck. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something new about this deck. Have a great Tuesday. Alrighty. Bye.